nothing will be deducted from the account. I hope you have a rough idea of what we want to build, and I'm looking forward for the magic you will create. So, Ade, are you in sync with this?
Yes, I am.
Okay, right. Thank you. So over to you guys. All the best in your presentation. So for presentation, we'll be grading on some metrics. We'll be grading on your UX. We'll be grading your UX, like the research that you guys conducted during the this project. We'll be grading your usability. We'll be grading your visual, like the UI of your app, and also we'll be grading on presentation and collaboration, like meeting work, and your delivery quality as well, which is like presentation. And lastly, we'll be grading. I ask you guys to submit your stuff on Thursday. So for those that have submitted, I think you guys will be having some of marks too. So all the best, and over to you.
Okay. So yeah, group 4, you're going first.
Okay. So I'm representing group 4, and this design was done by Omodolapo and Osan. So I'm coming, please. So yeah, the project overview. So Bridge serves as a bridge that connects its users to a verified Rudy change. So over time, they've had issues on work overload. So they had surge on their database. So they want to transition into a digital platform that would help their users to make exchange seamlessly. So this case study is well defined and is well defined. So the problem is stated as well as the goal. So I'll be moving on to the goal. Since we already know their problems, so their goals is to help their users to enable a seamless exchange from the comfort of their location. So the first thing you need to know about, the first thing you need to do as a UX designer is to be able to identify the problem as well as provide solutions to it. So as a UX designer, we are to design from the scratch, from concept to delivery. And our responsibilities are conducting a paper and a digital wireframing, low fidelity and high fidelity prototyping, as well as conducting a usability studies. So moving on, we were able to understand the user. And how do we understand the user? We created a persona, a problem statement, and a user journey map. So according to our research, we're able to get the user pain points. And the first one is time, the second is privacy and security, and the third one is ease. So here we have Ojo. Ojo is a 50-year-old businesswoman who buys goods in foreign currency. She's fond of delivering the best product to her clients. So Ojo needs a currency exchange app that would help her get good rates. So from there, she had been dealt bad hand by the charge of bank rates, and it has had negative effects on her business. So she wants to be able to receive a professional service and would like for there to be an easy banknotes and will help her serve her clients better. So we've understand Ojo's frustrations and we understand her goal. So we went on into starting our design. So we started our design from our paper wireframing, and we went on to digital, low fidelity, and prototyping. So here is our digital wireframing from Figma. So the top screen here is showing the user's wallet, the top screen, and here the bottom is for users to be able to make exchanges. So moving on, we went on to our findings. When we did our findings, we were able to gather information that user wants to carry out an exchange quickly, user wants to be more customized, user wants more customization options, and user wants to be able to have easy delivery options. So from our second findings, we're able to gather that exchange process was too lengthy and KYC session was a bit confusing. So we went on to refining our design. So we have the mockups and the high fidelity prototype. So here is the screen before the usability studies. And here is it after our hooking up. So this is the key mockup screens of our design. And we went on to the high fidelity prototyping. So moving on. Okay, so that's all. So our key takeaway from this. So what Osama and I have learned is that we learned that the first idea for the app is usually at the beginning, and usability studies and peer feedback influence each alterations of the app design. So I'm going to be taking us to the outcome of our design. I'm sorry. So here is the outcome of our design. So this is the splash screen of our design. So you just press next. So here's the login and the sign up. The login is for an existing customer. So you just go straight entering your username and your password. Then you press your login here. So here is the home screen. So this is the wallet balance. This icon here, you can choose to show your balance and you can choose to hide it. Here is your the wallet ID, the user wallet ID, and you can also fund your wallet here. So here we have an exchange limit for each transactions. So user could see the limit here. So this icon here serves as an exchange. And here, this points down, you can easily change the currency you want to change. And you can as well change it here too. For example, if you want to change a Canadian dollar to a Naira, you can press this point down to Canada and write the amount you want to change. So automatically it's going to give you the amount you're collecting here. So you move on to start your exchange. So here it still gives you the options if you had made a mistake in the previous screen. So you can as well change it here and make your correction. So here, what this particular side infers is that if you want a $20 bill, $50 bill, or $100 bill, you could indicate it here. You can add and you can delete, or you can just easily enter here and just punch in the amount you want. For better understanding, maybe if you want to change Naira to dollar, you want to change currency like 100,000. So you can just say you want like 100 Naira notes or 200 Naira notes. I don't know if you're getting that point. So this is what this part infers. So you can press your continue. So here you press your delivery dates, your delivery time, your delivery address, your state, your city, address, phone number, and you can press continue. So here's the preview of all the other users need. So you're paying with your Mint wallet. So here, Mint is going to charge you 1.87% of 50. So that's about 935 Naira. So here we use a blended rate. There's mixed and there's blended. The blended is going to show you the exact rate for that particular day. For example, the delivery date here is 15th of February. So this is the rate for 15th of February. So the total is going to be 50,935. So here it's stated that if you exchange amounts will be debited from your Mint wallet to a saved entry account until stated delivery date. So if you agree with it, you press yes, and you just enter your PIN, and then you confirm. So when you confirm, an OTP is going to be sent to you 24 hours before your delivery date, and you can go back home. So that is for an existing customer. So I'm going to show you a new customer. So splash screen. So you press here, so you can sign up. So you enter your username, password, and you confirm password. So here you're going to sign up and they're going to complete your KYC. So you can choose to complete now, you can choose to complete later. So if you press complete now, it's going to take you here to a verification page. So it doesn't take about 3 minutes. So you can start your verification. So here, this icon here shows where and like how much you've gone from the verification. So it's going to load up bit by bit as you proceed from each step. So here you enter your legal name, your first name, and your date of birth. So you continue, and you can see it has changed here. So you enter your address manually. So you press continue, and here, what do you want to use? What's your primary use for means? So you just choose which one you want, and you press your continue. So here, what's your primary source of income? It's just the KYC for security. So you press continue, and where do you work? You just state anything you want here. And here, it's going to require you the means of identification. So you can choose your driver's license and national identity card or passport. So if you choose your driver's license, you can confirm. So, okay, here you can confirm. You can upload and just put it in like this, and it will take you there. Then you just confirm your verification and you've created the wallet. So I'm coming. I think that's all. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Dolapo, for presentation. Over to our panelists now. Prazo, would you like to make any comments?
Sorry, Omodolapo is in which group?
She's in group 4.
Group 4.
Group 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want Ade to go first.
All right, Ade. You can,
Okay.
yeah.
Very, very nice presentation. Though some part of the processes looked a bit rushed. Do you understand? And I actually have some questions noted, like in terms of the flow. Even initially, we didn't even intend to add in UX flow as part of the points that I wanted to do, but based on what I saw, right, I think it's important that we add that to the grading score. So because I noticed that you talked about user journey, and then you didn't really talk about your research, right? You didn't really talk about the actual research reason why you decided to go with the current flow that you have. So I feel like that you could have actually stressed on that some more. But in terms of like how your presentation went, it was well organized, like we're like flowing with you from one step to the other. Other than that, I noticed a couple of questions that users might have. For example, you try to explain to us what a blended rate is. Just think about it, like in every situation, if everybody have to call you to understand what a blended rate means, right, it's going to pose a lot of overhead charges for the business, because now they need to hire customer representative to be picking the same call. What is the meaning of blended rate? So there should have been an improvement on that, on how you could actually embed an explanation of what a blended rate means in your process. Also, you flouted some UX principles in your design. So I expect the area that has to do like the KYC registration part, but I don't want to give too much answers so that the other teams don't take advantage of that. So when we are done with everything, then I'll now like show you specific screens on what you could have done to improve it better. So I think that's pretty much my feedback for that. So over to you, Prazo. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. So thank
Alright.
you for the presentation, Dolapo. So I just think like there are some things that were missing, just as Ade mentioned, and especially because you are working with a fintech app, and I don't see anywhere you are asking for maybe people's phone number so that you can be able to verify their BVN, stuff like that, which is very, very important to what's it called, to fintech app, because like your, instead of email, like most fintech, they take your email, but in most scenario they try to get your phone number as well, because they are going to get more financial information about you from your phone number than your email, you get. So which I don't see anywhere where you ask them to enter their BVN manually, even when they are doing sign up. I think we only have for passport, international passport and all those kind of stuff. So I guess I'm trying to assume for you now. So I'm assuming maybe you are thinking about some of your foreign users too, but like maybe that's why you're asking for their driver license and all those kind of international passport and every other thing. But it's very important that you don't overlook that. Like that is like a very, very expensive oversight, you guys. So outside of that, I think it's a very good presentation, and I'm very, very impressed with what you guys have done in the course of the weeks that you have been around at Trevor Learning. So outside of that, I don't think I have any other thing for now. So well done, and nice presentation. The delivery was on point. And so what about your colleague?
Thank you.
We don't hear
She's
anything
not
from
around for now. No, she's not around. I'm just wondering the
Okay.
presentation.
So what is the collaboration like? What is your role and what is your colleague's role on this project?
Okay, we had a shared task. I made the research and we both did the prototyping together. So we had to make it, we had to share the task. So
Okay. So and during your collaboration process, were there any obstacle blockers that you guys experienced, and how do you guys overcome that?
yes, we had issues when we were trying to wireframe. So we had to go on YouTube to check how to do it better. So I think that was the only obstacle we had. And in prototyping too, so we had to watch a lot of videos before we could get the exact design we were looking onto. So I think
Okay.
that's it.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much for that presentation. So over to you, Mabel.
All right, thank you, Dolapo, for group 4. Well done, well done. So up next, group 2 will be going up next. Group 2, I'm expecting you. Who's speaking for group 2? Group 2 is Banji and Lutachukwu, if I'm correct.
Hi, Mabel. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So let me share my screen.
All right, then.
Mabel, do you want to go to group 3? I'm having difficulties here.
Okay, I can share your screen for you. Should I share the screen on my end?
Okay.
All right, then.
You said you can share my screen for me.
Oh, I only have access to the Figma file. So what issue are you experiencing currently?
Because I want to share the FigJam file.
All right, okay. While Banji is working on his presentation. Can we have group 1? Group 1, Hafiz and Numa, are you ready to go?
We are not group 1.
Group 3.
You're group 3?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
group 1, yeah.
Okay, group 1 is Buchi and hi Buchi and Taiwo.
Hi, Leo. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, yeah, you can go ahead now.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Taiwo, and I'm representing Group 1 for the bootcamp presentation. Sorry, let me share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah.
We can see your screen, Taiwo.
Sorry, please a minute. I'm just trying to set my mic. We started with. Let me just give a brief introduction.
Taiwo, your line is breaking. We can't hear you.
What the case study is. Means is a means other application where users can order for mint currencies at their convenience at any time. And hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Hello?
go ahead. We can go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Taiwo, we can hear you. Go ahead. Oh. Which
I
is
think I'm
it?
back now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you still see my screen?
No, we can't see your screen.
Sorry, my Figma is, I don't know, it's just hanging, but it's coming up. Okay, I think I'm back now.
All right, then. You don't show
Okay,
your
so as I was saying, yes, can you see now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So as I was saying, I said Mint is an application where users can order for Mint currencies of different Mint notes of different currencies, and
Sorry,
my team member is Buchi.
sorry to interrupt. Sorry. Okay, let's go. Go ahead. Sorry, your screen was not showing before, but we can see it now.
Okay. And my team member is Buchi, so we work together from the user experience then to the design. Now, we are the UI UX designer, and we have 38 screens in total. The duration is 5 weeks, and the system is Android and iOS based as well. Then moving on to the overview. Now, the problem statement that gave us a headshot to the presentation or to the application development from our US research was that people used to have late delivery of mint currencies, especially when they order from banks. But from our study, we made a research, and we found out that most of the users used to go to bank to queue for mint notes, and at the end of the day, they come home with either half of what they want or they come home with nothing. And at the same time, this will now cause a whole lot of stress to them and might also affect their emotions and feelings about the parties they want to attend. And at the same time, so this application solve the problem of late delivery. Then we also have home delivery at the convenience of the users, and at the same time, users are able to choose different variation of currencies, and at the same time, they'll be able to see the exchange rates that they have on their dashboard, on the dashboard. So they will be able to know if they can go with it or not. And the goal for this project is to design a mobile application that tends to solve the problem of mint currencies ordering, as we discussed earlier. And majorly, our target audience are the party goers that find it difficult to get mint notes that they can spend at parties. So from there, then we move on to our research, where to our design process, where we pass through the design thinking process, and that was our guide for the project, because it allowed us to prioritize the value of our research and then the iterations at each stage of the design. So we started with empathization, and then we define what our problem is, then we brought out the idea, then behind the design. After the design, we tested the application. So under our user persona, we worked with Sarah. We conducted our interview with Sarah, and we got to ask her some basic questions about what she used to feel when she goes to party, when she wants to go to party, and she needs mint currencies. And some of the questions we asked her was, how easy was it for her to get mint currencies from banks, where she gave us um a negative skill that that used to discourage her from even going to parties, because when she finds it difficult to see mint currencies that she will spend, and she's kind of person that is social and she likes going out very well. And in the case of not seeing mint currencies that she will spend, then she has to withdraw from parties, which is gradually killing her social lifestyle. And then she's a textile dealer in Oshodi, Lagos, and she's 33 years old. Now, her frustration is that she's a party attender who does not have a choice than to go to the bank to queue for mint notes, and thus that will discourage from attending the parties. And here, that is why the goal is now for Sarah to have an application that will make her order for mint so easily and that will be delivered to her doorstep, which is what mint is coming to solve. And at the same time, we also then proceeded to join out our workflow, which gave us, how would I put it? It gave us the direction of how the user interface would look like, and that is where I'll be going to. And the color style that we have primary, secondary, tertiary, and the neutral color. The primary color is the dominant color, the one that is dominating the applications, and then the secondary color is one that we use majorly for text and the input as well. Then the tertiary color denotes a mixture of the secondary and tertiary denotes buttons and links, while the neutral one denotes input fields. And the typeface we use is poppins with variations of regular, medium, semi-bold, and bold. So then moving on to the design, to the UI part of it, we have um, the screens. So I will show the screens before we prototypes. Before we show the prototype, then we'll see how the application works and how Sarah went through the application as well. I made that got Amit coincides so easily. So we have the splash screen, we have the onboarding, we have the sign up, we have the login, we have the withdraw from Mint, KYC, order from Mint, delivery dashboard, and the likes. So let me move ahead to show the prototype so you can see how it all begins. Sorry, my network is okay. I don't know if you can still see my screen.
Yes, we can. We can see your screen. You're loading something currently.
Yes, yes.
Taiwo, can I share my screen so you just, since yours is taking time, so you
Okay,
just
yes.
talk through, right?
All right, okay. Let me disconnect so you can share your screen. Buchi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see it now.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the splash screen that will come up first when the user opens the application like a new user. So then when you from this place it moves on to the next one, which is an onboarding screen. Then we have two buttons here to create an account and for someone who already has an account in the system. So let's use the first one. Then this is where we sign up for the account on the application. Then the user enters the name, email, password, and then click on next. So on this place, the person has to enter their phone number, then to verify the phone number. So the person will click on send OTP. Then this is the page for the OTP. Then the OTP is already typed. So now here we have the account for the successful link. So let's proceed. Now let's go back to login our login screen. So we already have the email and the password there. Then now this screen is for when a user enters an incorrect OTP. So then let's just assume that it works. So click on verify. Okay, yes. So this is the dashboard that we have now. So on this dashboard, we have um different links, or let me say different icons that leads to different places on the application. Then from the top, we have the QR code generator, and that one is used when the delivery is made. When the delivery is made and the person wants to generate the QR code, then the next one is notification beside it. We have the profile, we have the other mains, and yes, this is the profile for anyone, for the user who is on the system, the balance, and then the links to other. So let's go back to profile. Or just scroll down, then come to home. Oh, so go back. Sorry. No. I'm trying to. Okay, so let's go to wallets. Let's go to wallets. No, use this arrow beside it. Yeah.
Which one?
This arrow beside the wallet. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's taking me to the.
Yes, click on the arrow again.
It's not going forward.
Sorry, please. Let me just check that. Right. Okay, let's use that arrow now. This home. Let's use this home button now. This home. We are click on this eye. Then click on this home now. And let's use the other mint. So not clicking. Sorry, I'm trying to check what's going on with it. Why?
Please, who's presenting again?
Group 1, sir.
Group one. Okay, just can you stop sharing your stop the prototype and just take us to like where all the UI design is so that you don't waste our time.
All right, sir. Sorry about that. To go to the interfaces. Hello, Gucci.
Yeah.
Close the prototype, then let's go to. No, just come to this. Yeah. Come to the interface. This one beside the design here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right, so zoom in. So these are the onboarding screens. I think I've explained this one earlier. Then let's come to sign up. You can zoom closer. Okay, so this is the signing up page where the user will sign up. Then here is the,
Sorry to interrupt. Taiwo, your time is up. So can you just round up in like the next 2 minutes?
okay, no
Yeah.
problem.
Minutes, yeah.
All right, so let's just check the other screen. So this is the withdraw from the screen, and this is from the Mint app. Like you already have a particular amount there you want to withdraw from your wallet to your card. These are the interfaces. Then when you scroll down, come down, you see the receive delivery. This is when the delivery man wants to make the delivery. So you can use the option of QR code or OTP. So you enter the other ID which comes up whenever you are making a request, then with the OTP, and then it generates the QR code. So on confirmation, then the order is successful. So these are our designs, and we've come to the end of the presentation.
All right, thank you very much, group one. Hi, Adi, do you want to go ahead to give your feedback?
Please, can you drop your Figma link on the chat?
All right, sir.
President, will you be going instead?
Hello, can you hear me? I thought I
Yeah.
heard you.
Okay, I hear you now.
First of the presentation was not properly done. So I guess maybe not rehearse it or something before you came to present, and your prototype is all over the place. Please, I know you have like a lot of screens, right? But the truth of the matter is you don't really need a lot of screens to present what you want to do. So whenever you have case studies like this, it's just better to just go straight to the point. So I noticed that you do like a lot of screens and everything, but it's not really necessary. Just straight to the point. Then in terms of your research and the way you talked about your process, you were supposed to talk about your process before you talk about your research. That's something I think I should correct too. Then also, Prazo mentioned for the other group too, the PVN issue, same thing. So there's, I think, what
it's actually, sorry, sir.
Yeah, you can cut me.
Actually a screen for the BVN confirmation. Sir?
You did see it. Oh, Prazo, did you see it?
Can I show you now?
No. But that's my own feedback, Sha. So Prazo, please, over to you.
Thank you, Adi. Hi, Prazo.
Yeah, in addition to what Ade said, I think I noticed some inconsistency on your screen, and I would love to share my screen to show you some stuff. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So if you look at your buttons here, like your buttons here, and when you get to maybe places like this, you can easily see visually that the the alignment, the width, and the orientation of the button is just not the same with what you have here. You get, so when I see stuff like this, I try to question, am I on the same app? You get, like small things like this, they really, really matter in what you are doing as a product designer. And also your icons too. The icons you use for your navigational system here, it's different from what we have on some part of your pages, like the feel and the texture of the icon are quite different. Let me check out some of those places. Like if you see here now, this is somehow very, very sharp. And this, where is it again? I saw, yeah, what you have on your home page too. And another thing I noticed here is that here I felt that maybe this is like something like a rushed work or something. Maybe you guys don't like, which I want to assume for you because you are not the one presenting because of your network. You are just talking over the presentation, you get. So because if you notice here, like I'm seeing this guy here, and when I go to your dashboard, where is that? To your wallet part, where is that screen? I'm seeing another guy there. You get.
Brother, let everybody finish their presentation. Just short. Then when we now come back, we now talk about the issues with their UI.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So outside of that, outside of those inconsistency, I think yeah, I'm good for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Prazo. Thank you, Adi. Great job, group 1. So up next, Banji, are you ready for us now? Hi, Banji.
I'm about, okay. Let me.
Are you ready?
Yeah, no.
right.
Yes, okay.
Group 3, get ready. You're going up next after Banji. That's after group 2.
So just a second.
Are you sharing your screen?
Mm.
Let's be reminded that each of us have 15 minutes to present our case studies. 15 minutes, please. Let's keep the time. Banji, we're waiting for you.
What's his name? Because I don't know what's wrong with my system, still giving me the same issue. I wanted to try, but I could not because someone was presenting at the time. So, Sean, sorry, can you present your screen? I think we can still work. Can still work with that too. Lothar.
I am presenting my screen. Hold on.
Okay.
Screen. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see the screen. What about the link to the picture?
Yeah, I'll get the link. Okay. Okay.
Your time has started, actually.
Okay, yeah, you can just continue. You can go on. I've pasted the link.
Like, can you show it so we can share it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have pasted the link.
I know you've pasted it, like open a new tab on your browser and open it. I don't know if, okay. So basically, maybe I would just have to run through it myself, right? So for our case study, we're not really doing the foreign exchange because when we read through the brief, what we picked out was events goers. Maybe can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so what we picked out is events goers, right? So what we're trying to solve here is anyone that's going for occasions, maybe party attenders or florists. You know, people want to do money bouquet, give it to their loved ones and all of that. So there's this need for a new note. So going to the bank, queuing up at the bank might be a bit stressful because everyone wants these things promptly, right? So for our persona, Luther, I don't know if you could just open a new tab, and then for our persona, we used a florist, Ajoke, right? So we had to use Ajoke, who's a florist. So Ajoke is this person that does money bouquet to our customers. So there's this constant need for new notes depending on requests from our customers. So this app is trying to cater for people like Ajoke, who is a florist that needs money for money bouquet, or people that want to go to parties and they need new notes of different denominations.
Banji, I can't hear you. Are you still?
Yeah, I know. Luther, can you prototype it? Since our time is already far gone, maybe we can just hit on to the high fidelity straight up.
It's still loaded. I just prototyped it. Let's go.
Prajo, do you think we should move ahead to another group and come back to them?
Oh.
It seems like
it is still just loading. I'll try it. Prototype it, but still just loading.
okay. Okay. Hafiz and Numa, are your slides ready? Are you guys ready to go?
Okay, yeah, we're ready to go.
Please go on.
So first off, we'd like to paste the link on the group so everyone can view. So copy link, paste. Then I would share my screen.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
In the meantime, sorry to interrupt. In the meantime, Lota and Banji, please try to figure out how you're going to make your presentation, so we don't go back to this when we come back to you. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Hafiz.
All right. So can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
All right. So Noma.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Can
go
you
ahead.
hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
And my name is Edeki Osainoma Esther, and my partner for this project is Hafiz Ahmed, and we are going to be presenting on our case study. Okay. We're giving a brief concerning Mint. It's a currency exchange startup. So it's already in existence. They had few customers. So they're already doing business, they had few customers, but now they have like a larger customer base, and they are trying to create a digital platform so that they'll be able to cater for all their customers. So I'm going to walk us through our design process. we went through empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and testing. For empathize, we realized that we lacked proper understanding in what the customers needed for Mint, and we did not have a clear picture of their current frustrations, pain points, and we needed to differentiate between what they needed, what they wanted, so we'll be able to create something that the customer would actually like, appreciate, and it's also easy to use. So apart from the brief, we did a little research and talked to a few people that actually go to events regularly and use clean banknotes. So we did our research through social media platforms like WhatsApp to find out what people needed, what they wanted, what their pain points were, and all of that. So for define, we used information from the brief, like I said before, and from our research to create a user persona. So from the user persona, this is our user persona. Abubakar is male. The age group is from 18 to 50, lives in a big city, has a busy work schedule, but basically Abubakar works a lot. He has a busy work schedule, so he doesn't really have time to start going from one bureau change to another to get Mint when he goes for his party, because he's a party goer, attends lots of events, and he spends money in both foreign currencies and smaller denomination of minted notes. So he uses clean bank notes, and the notes are not just he uses different currencies, so it's not just Naira. He also uses other currencies, basically. Okay, so then when we're done with that, we went to define. We used sticky notes to show clearly Abubakar's interest, his influences, his goals, what we want the digital platform that we are creating to achieve. We needed it to achieve seamless currency exchange. People need to get best rate for exchange. Then they should be able to choose location for their currency exchange by themselves. Like I said before, people had security issues from our persona. So they need an application that they can choose their location by themselves, something that they're comfortable with. So from the pain point, he has a busy work schedule. So he can't just start looking for different people to change the money with security issues like I spoke about earlier. They should be able to choose their locations themselves and not have to worry about where they are getting their money. They'll be comfortable with the place. Then they had difficulty in getting good rates. So they needed to get the best rates possible. Then ease in carrying out exchange. So they want a platform that when they are carrying out their exchange, it will be pretty easy for them to carry it out without stress. So for ideas, from the research we did, we got different ideas for our design, how we'll be able to get the best possible design. We created a customer journey map, how we think the flow for the customer should happen from their entry into the application, to the splash screen, to onboarding. We just created a journey map to just show what we need, the core things that we think the application should contain, like the exchange button, OTP, registration completion, everything. We just created the customer journey map to guide us. So I just spoke about the empathize, ideate, and define. My partner is going to continue and talk about our design. Thank you.
All right, so I pick up from there. Basically, the app is to allow customers exchange money, just like my teammate said. And we also made sure that from the pain points, the customer was very particular about security and delivery and getting the money. So we introduced a multi-factor authentication as a 2-point factor authentication in our design. And we always ask this question, who will use the design? And there's a general saying, people know say, you don't know they wait for bankers to get notes. That means they run out for it. That's the code that we use to design this. And so we see all our users as Idon in this case. And for those that are not Yoruba speakers, Idon is a Yoruba word that actually means magic or miraculous, but it's become a street lingua that means boss. And so for now, our target audience are ages of 18 to 15, male, female, and other gender identities. So far, you can verify your details. And we all know how weekends are. So everybody is an Idon in this case, because Saturdays are for Owambes and outsiders. people who always like to go to events. Now, from the brief, we also denoted a keyword, which is event goers. And from research, a large percentage of event goers are extroverted people. So we actually keyed into the fact that the brand color is this neon color, which is very vibrant and extroverted. So from the font that we use, the typography we used Red Roses for the typography 1, and that was 32 points, and it's bold. And the typography 2, we use Sign, which is we used for the headings. We used a semi-bold for the headings. We used medium for the body, and then we used a 14 points for the body and 24 for titles. So we had a wide range of colors, neutral colors from this metal gray 1, metal gray 2, ash color, white. And this white is not a total white because we know that it's always okay to deviate from white a bit and have an off-white color. And we also noticed from the brand color that there is a black that is not black. And that can be seen here. There's a total black, and then there's a black that is somewhat close to green. And so we designed a digital product that's a money exchange app. And what is a design without a layout? We followed some user guidelines. And on the status bar, we divided the screen into sections. On the status bar is where you get the time and whatever details from the phone. And the navigation bar allows you to move around the application and all. Then the body of the app, which shows whatever we have here. And then we have a typical format for all buttons, and that can be seen here. Our buttons span through the length horizontally on the screen, having a 388 pixel length. And then we had 20 pixel gutters that can be seen on the sides, and an 8 pixel, we have a 20 pixel margin and 8 pixel gutter, sorry. And we had various kind of buttons, and some buttons range from 150 to 70, and the others range from 388 to 70. The reason why we chose 70 is because we found out that buttons or the human thumb ranges from a certain small size to a big size. So we use 70 that is easily accessible to everybody. So these are all the buttons in their different modes: inactive, active, and if there was a white mode design for a white mode proposal for design, because for now we made use of a dark mode because the colors, neon is a very vibrant color and it doesn't play very well on a white screen. So we use the black a dark green for this screen. And because our users are extroverted.
I think you should go straight to your prototype. You have like 2 minutes left.
Ooh, no, it was supposed to end by 10:25, but that's fine. These are the buttons and these are onboarding screens. And I'll show you a prototype of what the design looks like. Like I said, our customers are extroverted, and so we made an affordance ratio for our buttons, and these are the splash screen. So you get started. The affordance is that there's a thin line at the bottom of the screen. So you input your name, input your phone number, you continue, you get a verification code, you put the code in, you continue, you input your name, last name, date of birth, and all the necessary info. Then you get to the page and you have to complete verification. We made the verification, the KYC, into 2 different patterns where you don't get bored. So in the other part, you verify, put all the valid proof of ID, BVN, and complete. And then you go back home to the screen, you fund your wallet, add some money in, continue, and go back home. And that's when you see that there's a transaction here. So if you want to make an exchange, you click on the exchange button, you get to choose the denominations you want and the currency that you want. And the yellow button was used to alarm people that, okay, there's a 2% charge if you don't get to, if you cancel any transaction within 2 days. And then you can request, then you put your PIN, and then you complete your request and you go back home. And that is all. So on the day of delivery, you can click on the notification button at the top of the screen, and then you get your OTP and all of that. So when you click on the OTP, you either use an OTP code, and if you don't want to use that, you can click on the view code and you continue, and that's the end of the whole transaction. Thank you very much. And on the screen too, we also used a line graph to depict the exchange rates for every day. Thank you very much.
Wow, okay. Well done, well done, well done, well done. Noma, well done, Hafiz. This looks like it was a well thought out process. I can see you had a lot. It's plenty. It's plenty. You had a lot to show. Well done, well done. All right.
Maybe can I say something?
Yes, please go ahead.
Wow. No, but everybody, but since I've been doing review for people, like this is like the best I've seen so far. Like
really amazing.
Thank you very much.
I'm not saying that the design is so great, but like in terms of like the process, like the thought process and how you took us on a journey from each and every steps, even all the minute detail, like telling people what please, I did told Prazo what I want to do, Sha. This team deserves something different. This is amazing. Sincerely, like I have some things I want to say, but I'm blown away already. So Prazo, just take it away from me, please.
Well, while Ade is recovering from the blown away, I think I think there's something I want to say. So I've been on your group observing and just chilling, seeing what is happening. And Afis is like, how will I put it? Afis is like all these people in class that they prepare
I
for
see
exam.
that they're not reading.
And they will tell you that, guy, I never read anything. You know, Jack. I don't care. Because like I'm very this is very thoughtful process. Like when even maybe was like, oh, your time is up, I was like, see, leave these people, let them do their presentation. So thank you for taking us on this journey, and it's a very wonderful experience. And I think the only thing I would want to say is that your use of color, maybe sometimes you might want to tone them down in some places you get. So but I believe these are what you will naturally there are some things that will happen to you as a designer, like as you design more screens, because the only way you can improve is to design more screens to get. So but this is very wonderful job. So maybe when we are giving a breakdown of going to different screens, we can do more justice to roasting you, and but this is a very wonderful work. So well done, guys. This is team 3, right?
Yeah, team 3.
Yeah, well done, guys. So I think we can go back to team 2. Team 2, don't be under, and don't let anybody bully you.
Well done, Hafiz. Well done, Numa. I saw Hafiz touch in that presentation. Not those pigeon that he was putting there. I know he's the one.
Thank you.
Sure, I think he's the one. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Banji, are you guys ready for us now?
Hi, Mabel. Well,
Yeah,
the pressure is getting worse now.
Yes. You increase the heat.
Well, there's no heat from here.
All right. Are you ready to?
Yes. Let me start.
All right then.
Trying to share my whole screen. Let me know when you see it.
Yeah, I can see your screen now.
Okay. So let me just back it up a bit from where we started from. So for what informed us, right? Because we tried to use the design thinking approach. So what informed us at the empathy stage was trying to reach out to people who actually have these needs every day, right? So from what I said previously, right? Ajoke is our main case study. She's a florist that does money bouquet for people. So there's this constant need for her to do more money bouquet with mint notes. And the fact that she has to go to the bank every time there's a request for it is pretty daunting for her, right? So a quick background of Ajoke: she's 30, she stays in Lagos, Nigeria. She's a florist. So Ajoke is tech savvy. So she uses app for the work purposes. She's familiar with mobile technology and comfortable with using smart smartphone applications. So she has the need for currency exchange services to help her business. So which was what I mentioned earlier, because people need to create money bouquet for their loved ones. There's this constant pressure on our end to get access to Mint notes. So the behaviors and actions are compare exchange rates and fees from different providers. These are our exchangers on the Mint platform. She prefers convenience and efficiency with this currency exchange, because the last thing she wants is stress. She already has the stress of managing her business. She doesn't want the stress of trying to get Mint notes again, which is where Mint as a product comes into play. And she's willing to download any application that will help solve a problem. So the goals are secure and reliable currency exchange services, these are the goals that Mint is trying to reach with the application. So secure and reliable currency exchange services, real-time exchange rates and updates from the different exchanges on the platform, access to different denominations in clean notes. Like I said, some people might want 1,000 Naira notes, some people might want 500 Naira notes. So depending on the need, she can go to the platform and request for what she wants. So I think I already mentioned this for our pain point and frustration, right? High fees and hidden charges associated with currency exchange. Because she can't really get it from the bank, she needs to do this peer-to-peer, right? She has to know someone that knows someone. And that way the rates keeps increasing because that person has to charge before the person gets to the main source, right? And also difficulty in finding trustworthy and reputable currency exchange providers. And then safety issues. So she wants something that is secure from the convenience of our business or from the convenience of our home. She doesn't want a case where she will go on the road, get a Mint note, and then she's robbed. So that's the background of the process, what we thought through in terms of the empathy phase and all of that. So because of time, let me add on to our design. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So this is the splash screen. This is the Mint app trying to help Ajoke to solve our needs for Mint notes. So this is a splash screen. You can easily go through the bit of onboarding, right? Worry less about rates, we've got your back. We have the best rates in the market, at least from our exchange providers, because you're reaching out to them directly yourself. The rate is cut down because there's no middleman in this case. So the middleman is Mint, but it's like a bit of escrow system. It's not like as if I have to go to someone and the person overcharges me, right? So let me click on get started to come on the app to register on Mint. So I click on get started. So these are the infos that we ask you: your first name and your last name, your email address, your phone number, your password. We ask you to confirm your password. If someone referred you, we ask you for a referral code, right? Then you create your account. Once you create your account, the button is let's get some Mint. I mean, what's the purpose of creating a Mint profile if you're not ready to get some Mint notes, right? So let's get some Mint. So this is you coming in on the platform. So if you try to fund your wallets from here, it shows you a pop-up. Kindly complete your account setup before you can fund your Mint wallet. That's because your KYC is not completed. You also try to request for Mint, the same thing happens, right? So you have to complete your account setup. So the reason why we use this color here is because we wanted your attention, the attention of Ajoke to be on that part, so that she can, okay, there's something I need to do. That's why we don't want to go for red because we're too sharp. That's why I had to go for this kind of subtle pink kind of color. So if I click on complete your account setup, these are the things where I was going to ask Ajoke the means of identification and then our bank verification number. So she clicks on means of identification, she uploads an image, she clicks on submit. She gets this prompt, right? So she can dismiss the prompt. So once our means of ID is approved, it shows it as approved. Then the next thing is our BVN. She goes to our BVN. She enters our bank verification number. She clicks on proceed. So the number that's attached to our BVN, we send a code to that. And also we send a code to the email on our BVN. This is for us to confirm that it is actually Ajoke. So she enters the code that's sent to our phone number or our email, and then she verifies the BVN. If it's correct, she verifies the BVN. successful dismiss. So in this case, there's a prompt at the bottom. Let her know that KYC is complete. Now you can join Mint to its fullest. So she can go back home, and now she can fund her wallet. So if she clicks on fund wallet, she enters the amount she needs to fund, 120,000. Click on proceed. So in this case, we're open to use third parties like Paystack to get the funding done. So once the funding is done, it shows this that you've successfully funded your Mint wallet with, this is meant to be 120 as an oversight. So with 100K, so you click on Send, it takes her to the main dashboard. Yes, so she can request for Mint from here. She can request from Mint. Okay, that's not linked. Let me just use the exchange because this still links to the exchange screen. So let me use the exchange screen instead. She clicks on exchange. So this is our first time having an exchange, right? So we just prompt her to get the first exchange, get a first Mint node. Don't wait till occasion is a few days away, right? So she clicks on get Mint nodes, and then we ask her for a delivery information. That is the delivery location and a preferred delivery date. Then click on proceed. So we ask her to select her Mint nodes. What does she need? In this case, she needs like two packs of 500 Naira notes. That's a total worth of 100K. That's with charges have not been added at this point. It's just for her to know the total sum of what she needs. And then she clicks on proceed, and then we'll show her our exchanges. So she chooses to pick any one she wants. The first one is Solar Exchange, and the charge is 5K. So for her to get the 500 Naira 2 packs, right, she has to pay an extra 5,000 charge. For the Grace Exchange, the charge is 6.5. So she picks on Solar, which is cheaper. She clicks on Solar, and then she gets a prompt to confirm her exchange because 105,000 Naira will be deducted from her wallet. So she clicks on confirm, and then it shows that her exchange request is successful. She clicks on send. So at the beginning, our exchange page was not populated, right? We had to prompt her to get our first exchange done. So now it is there now. So if I click on Solar Exchange to manage it, we're going to see the details of what she requested with Solar Exchange. If she chooses to cancel the exchange and it's not here up to 24 hours before she gets this prompt, you're about to cancel this exchange, a 2% service charge will be charged. So we had to use yes, cancel. So the reason why we use red there was because the thing we don't want people to start canceling all the exchanges. So we use red there so that it looks like danger. And then most of the time you tend to click no cancel, right? But if you actually click on yes, cancel, that means you're conscious of the fact that you want to cancel that exchange. So we click on yes, cancel, we show you that your exchange has been canceled, your wallet will be funded in a bit. That's for if you cancel the exchange. Sorry, give me a sec. Okay. So when it comes to the delivery dates, when the person that's going to deliver it comes to you, you get the notification of your OTP. So this is our notification screen where you see the delivery code, and then you can tell the person what the delivery code is. The person can, type it, that's the delivery person, as an OTP. Then you can confirm that it is you. So I guess that's all. So this is the account. As the MVP, we could not really try. We just add like a template for it. So this is for the account. But for the MVP, I think that's all from our end. All right, maybe I think we are done.
All right, thank you, Group 2. Okay, Prazo, Ade, who's going to go first? The feedback. Hi.
Yeah, thank you, team 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a very wonderful presentation. I think the network wanted to cheat you guys, and but you guys came back stronger. So yeah, thank you for this presentation and for the journey. So just on one or two things that I want to ask. So on your screen currently, I'm seeing the transaction history But when the transaction has been conducted by a user, like when the user has carried out a transaction on your screen, do you have a screen to show their to show their transaction history?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, I've seen it.
So
I've seen it.
there's this.
So that part. Okay. So what is the flow for your fund wallet? Like because I was not on my laptop, I was trying to do some recording. I think I missed that part. So can you just quickly show me the process to fund your wallet?
So the process to fund our wallets, like I mentioned, we plan to use third-party providers like Paystack. So if I click on fund wallets and I enter my amount and I click on proceed, the Paystack widget populates here, right? So if the funding is successful, you get this prompt that your deposit is successful.
Okay.
Then you click on send. So this shows your funded wallet.
Okay, can you go to the screen where click on request mint, like where you can see list of money exchange provider.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me get to that real quick. So these
Okay.
are the list of our exchanges.
Okay. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't really understand this part specifically.
Okay.
I asked that question because you said you guys, your own persona are you are working with a florist, right? So this florist, most of the time she needs cash to be able to do money bouquet, right?
Yes.
So now, like so what we are saying here is that it's only Naira, like only one currencies that she can get on this app.
No. So before this screen, okay, what you mean by one currency is only Naira she can get? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes. It's only Naira she can get. At least from this case study that we have, it's only Naira. Different denominations of the top Naira notes.
Okay. All right, no problem. Yeah, I think I just wanted to understand this part. So I think maybe when we are giving the when I'm giving my own general overview, I will be able to go in depth into some of my comments. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Brazil. Ade, your feedback.
Oh, okay. So in terms of the user flow, it's actually very okay in terms of the user flow. The only issue I have is a little bit of what's it called now? Your KYC aspect. Like that's where I have like a bit of issue from. Well, I want to like first iterate from like the first thing that what's it called? That presented all the way through, so I can just like walk through your UIs and tell you what I feel like you could have done better. So how many minutes do we have left?
Can I stop sharing now?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we have to talk.
Okay. So the first thing that presented, Modalapo, please, I can't find your Figma link here.
I'll drop it now.
Okay. So while we are doing that, Project is going to try and collate this course. Amadarapo, still waiting. Okay. So I requested access.
Okay, I'm on it. Yes.
Kindly approve. Let me close this one. I'm gonna go to mistake. Maybe making we see VFS Global. You say? Okay. Okay, can anybody see my screen? I'm waiting for you. Which one? No.
Why still like this?
Okay, so I can see your screen. Can you grant me edit access? Or let me just drop comments so that it's better. Can anybody see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, yes.
So okay, so I actually like this design, right? But it's always important that you what's the word now? Show your onboarding screens, right? So like it gives the users an idea of what they are meant to do within the app. Now, in terms of then this one thing I also want to correct, please, there's a difference between user journey, user flow, and customer
No, I'm
journey.
just listening.
Are we together? Please, they are very, very different from each other. Very, very different. Customer journey map always looks at a buying process. Are we together? Whenever you are talking about customer journey map, you are just talking about buying process. It's not the time you buy. You can have a process and it's not every time that you buy. Do you understand? So if you said you were looking at the customer journey app of buying or buying currency, it's totally different from a customer journey app of saving. So in that case now, me saying customer journey map for saving is what? Is totally wrong. Do you understand? Whenever we have customer journey map, you are talking about buying processes. That's why we don't even use user journey mapping most of the time when we are doing something like e-commerce. What we say is what? Customer journey map, because it actually has like a couple of levels. Think about it. The person that download app does not necessarily mean that it's the person that is going to use that app. Yes, and does not also necessarily mean that it is the person that is going to actually pay the money to use the app. So all those processes are something that you have to think about in your your customer journey map. Okay, but user journey is the same person that downloaded the app that will most likely, you can see I did not say 100%, that will most likely. Okay, if you think about user journey map now, when you have something like both, you could call a friend to please, you know what, just send me on there, right? So that kind of thing now is still under user journey map. Now, when we talk about user flow, right, we are talking about the simplistic step-by-step process from when you open the app. It's two different things. So if I call somebody on the phone like, hello, please, let me open your app. From the very moment I said, hello, please, let me open your app, that phone call will be recorded. So if you are doing your user journey map, I can say, okay, a friend calls a user. That is the beginning of what? The user journey map. But if I'm talking about user flow, it is from the immediate point where the user begins to pick the phone. So the user opens up the app, right, and goes through each and every steps by clicking the next steps until they achieve that goal. Okay, because I think it was group 2 or group 3 that just established customer journey map for group 3, that just about customer journey map for user journey map. Are we together?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I just had to bring that one, so I don't have to repeat myself. So this part here now is always good to introduce onboarding. Now, if you are too lazy like me to introduce onboarding, what I do is I record a video and put there. Do you understand? On how it works. So you see like 1 minute YouTube video for that. So there's also the allowance for that. You can actually record a video and embed. Are we together?
Yes, we're together.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now next up, see, when you are in your interface, there's this very, very important rule. I can't remember the guy's name now, but it is very important that you don't stress your users' eyes. That is loading them with too much information. I think, please everybody just drop your link. Yeah, group 1. Look at this here. This is too much information. Too much information. And then I did not see an empty state. And that's why I liked the last group that presented. Was that group 2? Yes. So I like the way group 2 was able to show an empty state. Okay. So it's very, very important that what I like about everybody that presented today is that everybody did something that is missing in someone else's app. So if we actually do like a combination of all the 4 different designs and combine everything together, you're actually going to have one outstanding, unique app. So moving on, coming back to this place now, here now has a lot of information. If you want to give people information, especially on their own screen, don't overwhelm them. This UI already is actually overwhelming, okay? Because if you ask me, I don't understand what is going on in this place. So I'm seeing Nigerian Naira, and then I'm seeing this arrow. Okay. So I'm seeing this arrow here. So the question on my mind is, what is this arrow supposed to do? Is it that when I click on this, it's supposed to switch this UI? Or when I click on this, it's supposed to switch this UI? Or these two relates to these two? Or Prazo, am I saying something off? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
do.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we
Next,
get it.
there's also another, let your button look like button. This here is not a button. This is something else entirely. So I'm saying like an inner shadow stuff. Even if we didn't even put inner shadow, like this, is okay. Like it's okay. Do you get my point? It's okay. All right. So, and this is what I was talking about, like having too many. Then another thing is on your own screen now, having too many actions is not good. So here now you have like fund wallets, you have an exchange. Okay, then you now have start exchange. The question on my mind now is, this start exchange now, is it a new flow, or this start exchange works with this one here? All right, or this start exchange works with what you put below? So you can see that these are questions that you have to always think about, like, okay, what exactly do you want the user to do? If I'm going to simplify this, all right, if I'm going to simplify this now, I'm going to have something like this. So I'll not waste our time too much on this design. So it's just going to be like wireframes only. So I can draw like set the layout grid. Okay, so you could have something like this, where so you have like your main or Ford wallet ID and so on and so forth within this place, then your action button, right? So you have your action button somewhere here, okay, like what you have going on already. Okay, then next one is your exchange section. So you can actually have that card here now as your exchange section. Okay, and when you think about it very well, you notice that you don't really need what's the word now, too many currencies. You can actually just put the summarized version of that currency, or you can actually just use the current rate, the current exchange rate, and then you cannot add this button here. which is this one here. So you can add this button here now and just say start exchange. Okay, then you can have your rates, Nigerian naira. So you can say, okay, so we have today's rate now. So you can have today's rates, and you don't need all of this too much information. You can say $1 is equals to 500. How much are we doing? I think 750. Okay, and then you start your exchange, right? That's if you are trying to look for exchange. Having this one here now is not really necessary. Okay, so all of this one we've taken it out already. All of this is also what taking it out already. If you want to make this UI a lot more nicer, what you could do is you can actually create two rectangles like this. All right, let's just give it. So here now you can actually pass your inner shadow. Nobody is going to fault you for this one. So let's just do a little bit of inner shadow like this. I'm gonna drop this one down to like 10%. Then have our inner shadow to like 10%. Okay. Then now you can have your $1 here. Your $1, okay, is what's the word? 750. Like so. So your exchange rate icons now can come in here. 750 naira. So because what I'm trying to say in essence is that there are several ways in which you actually make or made your design better. So let's just do equals to like literally. Okay, and then round off the corners a bit. So if you have something like this. Can you see it? So you don't have to put too much. It's not a must that you fill up your entire screen because you are trying to design. It's not a must. And then you can have your navigation. Your navigation icons are actually very, very big. So you can also reduce that. So, and I can do that by, in fact, you can even import iPhone navigation. See, so, and the easiest way to do that, if I go to Figma now, and I head over to Figma community. Why is it taking forever? Community, for iPhone or iOS. Let me see, iOS navigational. Let me see, I think should have, yeah. So UI kits. Just a moment. So I'm just going to look for navigation. Yeah, something like this. I'm going to copy this and paste it in. I was going to scale it a bit. Let me see, 390. Yep. Oh, I'm using 393. It's down now. All right. So something like this. So this empty space here, you can actually even use like, maybe if you want to fill it up, you can use like an advert banner. All right. Or even this one, you can actually make it a graph. Okay. So these are like things you can do to make your design come out more and be a lot more better. So hello, Joe. Then you have your icon. So for here like this now, that's where you now even also start thinking about like, I don't know, like design systems, right? So if you are familiar with like Apple's design system, I talked about that in one of the classes. We are talking about like, we have specific font sizes that you can use, and if you follow those rules and regulations, it will be easier. So for an heading now, you can actually have 23, 24, 25. Yes, so something like 25. Then this one can actually go a little lower, like so, and this one can come right here. Why? Because we are going to have our status bar up here. Let me see, status. There you go. Okay. So let me just borrow this one for now. And paste it in here. So center top like this. Then increase the height to 393. All right. So we can have something like this. Let me hide this notch for iPhone 14 users. So you can actually have something like this, and then this starts here. So you can see that if you look at these two, we're literally doing the same thing, but you have a lot of information that you could have actually gotten rid of. Okay. Other than that, let's quickly switch over to this point here. So this design is not bad, right? But it's complex. Try and reduce it. Like this place too. This will also talk about like your use of visual hierarchy. So we have too many things fighting each other. What are you trying to stress the most? Is it the number or is it the buttons? So first thing first, if I were you, I would have stressed the inner icon. So what I'm seeing here now is that I think you combine everything together. Okay, so let me just fix just one of the components. Like so. So I'm just going to use normal plus and minus. So plus like this. Control G, Shift A, 4. Then just a little bit of gray. So let's do like C4. C4 is very loud. So let's just drop it down somewhere around here like this. Then you have your minus. So I'm just going to replace this as minus. So then I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to flatten. I'm going to convert it to a vector. So by pressing Command E like this. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that it's a square. So I'm going to change this to fixed. Then 24 by 24. Then make sure everything is centered like so. Then a little bit of other radius should be okay. So if you take this already and bring it into place like so, and then remove this here, you can see that your design is already looking a lot more better. Can you see it? Just by that little adjustment. Even this one is what I'm actually going to make dark, and this one I can just even leave it at white or just give a stroke. Okay, so and that's where that's another thing that leads me to talk about when you are choosing your color, right? See, we have something we call primary colors. Primary color. We have secondary color. Secondary color. Now we now have tertiary, neutral, and your last but not the least, default colors. So the default colors are your white and black and the different variants of it. Then we now have your neutral. But before I talk about neutral, let's talk about something else. It's called the accent. This accent color is the color that they don't usually teach us about, but it's very, very important. And the reason is because many people tend to mistake accent color for primary color. Now, this is why we use accent color. Accent color is for customization purposes. So, for example, let's say I'm building a white label app. A white label app is an app that you can sell to somebody and the person can use that app as their own. They can change. So imagine that we have Figma now. So instead of Figma bearing Figma now, you can change the name from Figma to anything that you like and sell all the value proposition that Figma has within that app to other users. So we call that white label apps. So when you have an accent, so the reason for accent is, for example, now we know that default color for Figma's landing page, right, is color black. The buttons, everything is color black. Now let's say you want to change all that color, right? If you want to change all the color to another color, say like this highlighted color here, that is going to be your what? Your primary color. Now that you've understood that, the difference between the primary color and accent color is that you can have different accents. So let's say I want to change the theme of my app now from this color green to another color. All the different variants there are going to be known as what? Your accent, right? Now, whenever you now transform one accent to a primary color, that means that, so for example, now at the moment, this is our primary color, right? But immediately you say, okay, I want to customize this app such that if this person change the app to like color yellow, color red, right? All of this now, they are good. So you are going to have that combination as the accent, but you now have to pick one of those accents as your primary color. That now leads me to talk about something else, that when you are doing design, right, we have a formula, we call it 60, 30, 10. This is like the most popular one. Okay. At the moment like this, your 60 is color white, which is your background color or your default color. Okay. Now, your 30 is not this color I'm seeing here. Why? Because it's already all over the place. If you are going to have a 30, the next thing that was going to be your 30 now is actually the color of this text. But now, we now have two colors struggling for the position of color 30, this black text and this color here. So what do you do to fix it up? What you can do to fix it up is that you have to make sure that this button now is not the only one that is shaded, because that will not give you your what? Your 10%. And look at what happens now when I adjust everything. So let me take this one out. I'm going to bring this all over here. Sorry, this is like my margin for personal preference. I prefer 24 pixels. It just looked a lot nicer in my eyes. So I'm going to reduce this a bit. Take this one, use the same gray I'm using here. All right. Then I'm going to remove, I don't know. Okay, I think you use a rectangle. So I'm just going to reset it back like so. Then take out the inner shadow. Then for from and to, so I'm just going to add this from, and my currency and all of this is going to be here, followed by this. Okay, and then my two, I'm just going to face this one down, take out this arrow, remove this, take this and this and this, bring it all the way over here, like so, and put my currency here. So I can have this set to 2, like so. Then the next thing is this one, I'm just going to fill up this entire space here. All right. So here I can have this set to USD. Here I can put this over here. Same for this. Take this one all the way, like so. Bring this one over here. Take this one all the way. Push it this way, and then have this one centered, like so. Okay. Then I have like this shadow in this one. So I'm just going to remove this drop shadow. Then for my outline, 0.5, 0.5. Okay. No. 0.5. All right. So I need to reduce this a bit. So you can see that just by little adjustment, your design is already coming out a lot more better. So still reduce this a bit. 50. How many minutes do I have left now? Center this. Okay. This has to come down a bit. Then you don't need this colon. Please, when you're doing UI designs, please avoid colon by all means. Reduce this a bit. Close this up. Okay, let me bring this up. Then your border radius by dropping it down to like 24. So then for this section here now, so I'm just going to remove this color, this background color. Remove it. Then this outer outline. So let me just drop it down by opacity. Yeah, something like this. So I'll put it on the edge. Take it this way. Take it this way. Then have your total now. You can actually have a broken lines here to set a demarcation. So it makes your app not feel like it's all over the place. Then now, this is another issue. So you have how do you need your bills? So you have $20, $50, $100. Now, this is where the O is coming from. How do you add the other dollar bills? Do you understand? So you have this first one, this second one, this third one. How do you add the other dollar bills now? That's like a question mark that you need to answer. Though I know how you can add it already by adding a plus here, like this section here. You can actually have a plus here, but that should not take you to like a different screen, or even here, you can have a little button here that says, add another view. And this is where your secondary button now needs to come into play. So let's say your secondary button is color black, right? Or let's say use this same color here. So you can use this one as your secondary button. Okay, so I'm just going to reduce the border radius. So all content. Yes, then this one can have it as 12, this one can have it at 8. Then you can place it here. I hope I've not lost anybody.
No, I'm here.
No, we're here.
So this one here now has nothing to do with this one. So, and because you are inside an inner screen, you actually do not need another navigation here because there's a back button. What is the essence of navigation? The essence of navigation is that you're able to switch from one screen to another screen. But if you're in a screen where you need people to pay attention, like this place is like, it's very, very important. It's an important screen where if they do mistake, for example, let's say they mistakenly click on O, it will not be good for them. Because from the business point of view, are we together? From the business point of view, you actually want them to click the buttons and make sure they complete their process. So any other thing that is not really, really important to that screen, take it out. Yes, take it out. So because this back arrow will actually lead them to what? To want to cancel the process, right? So the same thing. So this continue now can actually sit right here. This here can come all the way here, all right? And this now, because this is where your line stops, so you can still leave this one here, or you can even take this one all the way here and have it as a broken line. So it looks like this kind of received thingy. So here you have your dash, then you can increase like 4, then 4, 6. Then we can drop down the opacity like this. Can you see the design now? So compare the before and after. I'm not totally done, no, because if I really want to really focus on it, I'll see adjust this one a little bit. Do you understand? But compare the before and after. Which one looks nicer on your eyes?
Yours.
Do you get my
one?
Yes. So it doesn't have to be very fine and fancy. Now let's do our 60-30 rule. Are we ready?
Yeah.
So what is our 60 now?
The 60
White.
White, right? What is our 30?
The 30 is the
Black.
black.
Thank you. What is our 30?
Then
The
this
neon
one.
color.
The neon,
neon
yes.
color. You get the gist. So that is how we judge your design. Now there's another use case. So
I have a question.
Yeah, just a moment. You see this 10, you can actually divide it to 1/2 in 4 places. Do you understand? So you could have like 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, till you get to 10. Do you understand? Go and look at Figma design. Start from the Euro section. You know, let's just go to figma.com. Let me log out. Pay attention. No. In this screen now, this screen that you're looking at here, what is the 60%?
White.
What is what is 30%?
I think black.
Black. What is the 10%?
Blue.
Purple, red, orange.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. Like when you see this orange, that's 1.5. Do you understand? Let's go a little bit. Oh yeah. What is the primary color here?
White.
The 60% is white, 30% is
Black.
black. Now, what is left? You mean 10%, Abby?
Yeah.
Now, what is the 10%?
A lot of colors.
Do you understand? So, but now look, that's why sometimes when you look at design, if you not open your eyes to look at it very well, you will not really get it. But I'll show you now. Just follow me. Start from where my mouse is. This is one yellow, right?
Yeah.
This is another what?
Yeah.
Red. Another yellow, right?
Yeah.
How many yellow do you have now? 4.
4, yeah, 4. 5, self, yeah. On the screen, yeah.
So this one now 5 yellow, Abi. Wait to let's start with the red. 1, 2,
2, 3, 4, and 5 on the Apple Watch. Yeah.
Apple Watches.
5 on the Apple Watch. Are you seeing it?
Yeah.
Now let's do for the purple now. 1,
1,
2, 3,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8,
8. There were 9, self.
9.
Or
Now,
10.
they took that 10%, right? And they said, okay, you know what? Let's give out of 10% now, let's take 5% for yellow, and then the remaining 5%, let's divide it to 2.5% for each, and let's do red and yellow. Now, so that's why sometimes you like this design is all over the place, but it still looks unique. Why? Because they are still using the 60-30-10 rule. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Point. So that is the essence of understanding of. Once you understand your color like this, sometimes you can do a very, very dirty stuff. Like the colors will be all over the place, right? But then this is where I was saying I was trying to correct somebody. Depending on like in your entire website. So let's say you have like 6 sections now, right? The person is of the notion that you should have in your 6 sections, that you should have 60-30-10 rule at once. But what would that mean? That means that you already have your 60-30-10 here already, but this is not 60-30-10. Do you get my point? That means is that for every view that the user have within their screen, that within whatever screen size they are using, right? That is how you should use your 60-30-10 rule. Do you get the points now?
Yes.
This is what I mean. Like this is viewpoint. Like everything you can see like this within my screen at this moment, minus the entire design, right? Is your word. That's where your 60-30-10 rule should be focused on. Do you get the point? So that is how UI designs can be a whole lot more better than what I used to see online. Do you get my point? So let me log in back.
You sound like Ola of Lagos.
So every other person, look at your design again. The people that use 60-30-10 rule that didn't even really know that they actually use 60-30-10 rule was group 2. Every other person did not use 60-30-10. Let me refer back to see. Let me see, is it this one? Yes. Look at this now. So yeah, let's come together. Who is the owner of this group? I mean, who presented for this group?
Group 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, count your colors.
60.
The white is 60.
White is 60.
And the black is 30.
Lie.
The
black, look at it very well.
Okay, the neon is 30.
The neon is 30.
Yeah.
And then go on.
So now in this particular part, we have red, we have green, and we have black as the.
Are you seeing where the problem is now?
Yeah.
So let me just copy this one.
So I would like to ask a question, sir.
Yes.
You know, in this case, now look at these transactions. We're trying to use the red and green to denote failed and successful transaction. So is there a better way we can do it if we don't want to go against the 60-30-10 rule? And without using the color.
Do you know that there are some people that they don't see color red?
Really?
I'm not joking. There's some people that you don't see color blue. There's some people that cannot. There's some people that are color blind. They cannot tell the difference. Sorry, color deficient. Do you understand? So, and you said you are trying to create an inclusive design. So ask yourself that question: have you created an inclusive design for people that cannot see color?
No.
Do you understand my point? So now, think about it. If you cannot represent something in color, what other ways can you use to represent something?
Shapes.
What did you say?
Shapes.
I did not get that.
Shapes or lines.
Yes, shapes or lines. Very correct. Give yourself a round of applause. Do you get shapes or lines? I'm serious. Like, so think of apps that you don't even understand their language. But when you see those shapes, there are many shapes that are actually universal shapes. And because of that, it's easier to use shapes. So a simple triangle facing up, right? Not an equilateral triangle now. You're not gonna confuse somebody. But a single triangle facing up, right? Or a triangle facing down, we automatically denote, okay, this is going up, this is going down. Do you get the gist?
Yeah.
Then you can use a check mark if you want, if you can do it properly. You can do a check mark, right? Some people make use of arrow direction. So even look at your call center. When you check your recent calls, you will see it arrow facing up, arrow facing down, depending on the kind of phone you're using. Do you understand? What does Apple use? Apple use red and blue. Do you understand? But still you still get to see your icons. So you can easily differentiate between the two. Do you understand? Now, red and green, they don't like each other. Not even in a situation where you now place them together. Like, think about any red and green theme. You have your Christmas, right? But think about like how the decoration always go. They always stand apart from each other. Like there's never any blend. That's why when I see people do gradients with green and red, in my mind, I'm really like, red is not correct.
But Shombo looks like that. Shombo that is between green and red, that is just ripening and they blend well in nature.
Now, in nature, you say they blend well. Do you see any part of green? Like, what I mean is like they stand apart from each other. Do you understand?
Okay.
They do not, there's no gradient between. Look at it's either your pepper is either ripe, which is pure red, or it's unripe, which is pure green. They don't mix well with each other. Do you get? But nice one to come and catch me. Nice one to catch me. But they still stand apart. Like I'm saying that wherever you see red and green, they always still stand apart. So no. So let me just take this one and do a bit of UI adjustment to this one too. So it did not give me a data set. So which one is this one? Where was that coming from? Let me see. I don't understand. Okay. Okay. So let me come back here and paste this in. So if we want to fix this now, using our 60-30-10, using our 60-30-10 rule now. Okay. So first thing first, I'm going to take this one out. Okay. I'm going to push this all the way because I have nothing to edit in that one. So okay. Thank you. All right. So next up, this outline, if you want to keep it, fine. But me, I'm not keeping it. Too much information is not needed. For this one, then I noticed that you guys are using 20 for your margin. I used to use 24 because screens are actually very big nowadays. So, but 24 is like, I'm actually always comfortable with like 24 pixels. Then also thank you for, I also want to like, thank you for like making sure that you are using, some of what you are using is auto layout. Like this one. There's actually, you don't need vector for currency. See, the easiest way to get your currency, Nigeria, just go to Google, search for NGN. press enter. You will see it. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Oh, where is it? Let me use Google. So NGN. Yeah, so can you see where you have symbol? So just copy the symbol like this. Copy it, and then you can come back here and paste it in. Like so. Can you see it? So that's how to put your currency. Don't need to be stressing yourself too much. You can just add that there. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Okay. So same for okay. So now then I'm seeing plus, minus, plus, minus. Like I said, too much information. Too much information. Let me just delete. Okay. And push it to the back a bit. All right. Now, next up, normally what I will have done is I'll just make one a component and then, but I don't want to talk about components for now because I don't want people asking me too many questions. So, with that being said, you see where you have this, your icon here, you can actually make use of this as a form of showing that money was actually deducted from the account. So you can have an arrow facing. Just a moment. Yeah, hold on. So you can have an arrow facing down. Okay, then you can have an arrow facing up. One stop up, top up, an arrow facing up. Delete this one. Then fund withdrawal. Okay. Also, always try as much as well to make sure that your icons they are not very complex. It makes it easier on the eyes. Like if you notice what I'm trying to do, like I'm trying to like simplify your design. So and that's the truth of design is that you just have to make it. So once you are done with your design, that's what I do. I'll ask myself this question: what can I remove out of this design, and it will still be the exact same thing? Do you understand? For example, now where you have like, I see what you're trying to do here, but is for mobile, it's always advisable that you don't overwhelm your users with too much information. It's better you just leave a button. So for example, now if you want them to order meat, like your mango, just tell them please order meat. So if they want to order meat, let them order meat. But the what's the word now? What is this word eluding me now? The Prazo, remind me. The brief actually states that you should focus on make sure that they top up before they can order meat. So, and because of that, just from that brief alone, I'm going to delete one, take all of these three. Okay, you should make sure that that's like the first thing they do. And how do you do that? I'm going to take this one. Take your top up icon in the center. So I'm still using your design. I'm going to bring this one a little bit downwards. I'm going to put this one here, top up. Okay, and then I'm going to have your withdraw to follow the same line, like so. Withdraw. But developer will go write this and go cry small. Then other means like so. Then you cannot have your balance. Yeah, or even still I can still bring this one downwards a bit. Bring this one here. still have your top up in the middle and your withdrawal here, then you can actually have it. So welcome back, Taiwo. Your balance is, so you can have your balance here, 450,000 naira. Like this. So 450,000 naira. So balance. In fact, let's even center it. So let's center this one here. Center this. Let's call it balance. Balance. Then you can have welcome back, Ayomide Taiwo. Okay. Now this way I have to now talk about another thing is that of visual hierarchy, right? It's always very important that you take your user through a process where they're able to, the eyes is able to flow with your design, not having to put too many things all over the place. Okay, so here now you can see that just by me looking at this design, what is actually calling our attention at the moment, right, is these three icons. Okay, so let's fix that a bit. So what I want to do is I can still leave this as this, but you see this here, I want to borrow the color that we have here. Okay, then I also do same for this, like so. Yeah, now you have this your other means color. So I'm just going to make this dark, and same for this. Okay, so notice that how now when you look at the design, your core focus is here. Then again, your icons are very, very complex. Please try and find simple icon pack that will make your design a lot more cleaner. Okay, so let me just take this one, like say withdraw. I'm in here. Then where do you go? Let me have this color here, like so. So something very simple and clean, not what you have going on. So you know what? Let me just make this white. I'm going to make this white and a little bit of shadow. Then you have your order. Let me see. Do I have something that says order? Corner left, right. Order. Let me just go to the library. Order. Okay, let me just use this export icon so that it's just for simplicity. I'm not trying to do like total redesign. No, now cannot work. Now can even work at all. Let me try this imports. Let me try this imports. See whether okay, this one can work. Okay. So are we seeing this now? I can see that the design is becoming a lot more simpler. Then this one that you have here, I'm going to increase it a bit. So it has this kind of shadow here. No, cannot work. Yeah, again, I'm seeing like multiple stuff here. So you want to have your barcode, have your barcode. So something that's just no, yeah, something like this. You see it, this is a lot more simpler than this one here. So let's have this and replace here. Okay, then now again you have your image, you have this, so you just have to choose one. Okay, because you already have two icons here already, which is okay. So this one has to go away totally. Then you can have this one here like this. Then this is 24 by 24. Now, touch target area, the lowest is 40 pixels. So for you to do something like that, I need to create a frame and set it to both 40. All right. Then you can position them, not a big issue, like this. So I'm just going to add spacing of 8. Yeah, spacing of 8 like this, and I can position it inside it like this. Please, I hope you are following.
Yes.
So that's how we come about this. Okay, so you can say the touch target is 40, but the inner icon is actually 24.
All right. All right.
So then for your recent transaction too, this is where we now have to talk about the case of repetition. So if you are using 17 here, you should continue that. Welcome back. I'm going to take it out and just leave it as hello. Hello, Ayomide. Just one name is okay, because some people name can be very, very long. So hello, Ayomide. Right? This is your, so let's take this one and put it in the middle. So this is your balance. Now you can top up, you can order means, you can withdraw. So you can see how I'm able to place an hierarchy on this top up button. In fact, another way to create hierarchy is to increase the size. So I can do 4 and place it in the middle. Okay, because that's like the most important thing we want them to do. Then we have your view all, then we have all of these sections. So next up now is to change these ones to black again. All right, so black, but not totally black, so something in that area, because here as being bold. The next thing is that this one feels a little bit cramped. So what you can do is you can actually place your successful underneath this one, or you can actually take this date and place it here. Then you have Saturday 20 May 2023. Saturday 20 is okay. Okay. Now, if they want to, if they have like a statement of account or something like that, that's when you can have like a lot of information. So any way that you can use to reduce the information is always what very, very advisable, like very, very advisable to make your design look neat. But as much as they are trying to focus on aesthetics, also make sure that your design does not suffer font. And this is a lot of issues. Even I've seen a lot of people like argue about it over and over again, which is normal. Then this one is going to be a square. So I'm going to change it to fixed 40 by 40. Then make sure that this is set to 16. Okay. So let's do 32 by 32. So then I'm just putting them inside the auto layout and adding auto layout to this one. So if you have something like this, so set this one to 12. Then we're going to fill up this container again and then set this one to space between. So for this one, it's going to be 12. Then now for our stroke, what we can do is we can actually reduce this to like maybe 20%. Because it's not really the information I want to put out there. Then this one can be set to 20. Now this way another we have to talk about an issue. If this one, if your after border radius is 20, this one has to be smaller. Okay, so we have 20. The best thing is to do either 15 or 10, like so. So you can see that what this 10 looks a lot nicer with it. Okay, so this one I'm going to take out the color, because if we want to represent this one as successful, is that we just have a check mark here in front of this one instead of just saying successful. So you can just have a check mark here or a cancel icon. So I'm just going to take out the color to something like just grayish a bit like this. Okay, if that's what you are trying to show, then we have this. Okay, so let's take this one out and duplicate 2 times. So can you now see This one is actually very tall. This is 428. So can you now see the difference between this one and this one now? If I had more time, I would have preferred to add a pattern design, just any pattern. Say like let me just add a pattern, and let me just go to plugin pattern so that there's any pattern design. Let me see, hero patterns, yeah. Because this feels very flat, so you don't want that.
So, hello, I have a question, sir. Well,
Yeah,
maybe when
you
you are done, I will ask. Okay.
No, I'm done. I'm done already. I just need to add the pattern so it look a lot nicer.
Okay, I used to have a challenge about sorry, I used to have a challenge about this prototype of a thing. Like for instance, now this particular navigation bar at the bottom, if I position it here now and I prototype and I set it to fixed, it will disappear. And then when I put it on scroll back, it will now reappear again. I don't know, that issue has been consistent and I don't know what to go about it.
So if I get it correctly, if you create the prototype now, you said, is it this particular one here now?
Yes, this section, yes, it's not bad.
Set it to what? To fixed position, right?
Yes. So when this code, it will just be fixed. But suddenly it will just disappear.
Okay, but just hold on. So prototype, is this supposed to scroll with parent or stay in place?
Stay in place, like to be fixed.
Okay. Then when you, let's say, let me just add something to me. So let me type of this. So I add something like this here. So let's prototype as a start. Okay. Can I see it?
Well, I don't know why my own is always fixed. It's always disappearing. Anytime I put it on fixed, it just disappears. You know, come up again.
So
if I put it on scroll back.
If it disappears, what you want to do is set it to, let it be at the top. So if you come to layers now, can you see where you make sure that it's at the top above all these elements called scroll? Can you see it? So even this one like this now, where is it? This one here now is not a fix. So immediately I add it to inside this container now. Then I where is it? Yeah. So I push it downwards. It's still going to so one thing I think is to make sure that set above every other element, even before you add this fix, like before you add this scroll fixed here now, right? Make sure that is at the top, like then you can now come here to what to do stay in place. Do you get my point?
All right.
So with these designs I've done, I know that I just say that I should focus on two things that I feel like is generic everybody's UI design, right? It is color usage and visual hierarchy. I'm able to communicate how we should use your colors and also adjust for user hierarchy. Then another thing I added was when you are done with your design, ask yourself, what can you remove from your design that will still make the design look clean or neater or more unique? Do you understand? That's another thing you should always make sure you strive for. I don't know if I can get like 10 minutes. Let me just quickly go over like the things that I feel like you could do to improve your case study. So let me start with the one that blew me away. Is that can you Afiz, can you send me the link? Afiz, is it there?
Yeah, I'm here. The link is on the group. Let me copy it and resend again. Copy.
Okay, I think I found it.
All right.
Yeah, you've not access.
Yeah, okay. I'll approve now. Yep, approved. Where is okay? Can edit. All right.
Okay. So very first thing is now. Before you write any case study, the question you need to ask yourself is, who do you want to present this case study to? Right? And the next question is, how do I want to position myself? I think it was group 4 or group 1 that person was saying, was asking this question. Group 4 was the one that presented first, yes. But it was asking Omodolako that, what were your roles in the design? And that is something that you really need to stress on, that even Afi's group did not talk about, right? So they talked about how they collaborated together, but nobody mentioned, okay, this was exactly the stuff that I did. Yes, as much as you want to collaborate and you want to talk about like, this is exactly the stuff we did together, you should also show, okay, this is exactly where I am. So I'll give an example. There was one guy that called me like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I'm trying to fix a meeting with me and I'm always postponing until yesterday when we were able to have the conversation finally. And I told him that with the way he is and with the kind of skill set he has, being a UX designer is a waste of time. It's better he just focuses on UI design. So any case study is going to write, it should be around, and any role that is going to apply for should be around UI design or visual design or interaction design. Anything other than that, you should forget it. Now, it's not everybody that have the ability to be a full stack UX designer. It's very few, like very few people can do that. And a lot of people keep lying to themselves. Like, if you are very good in UI design, it doesn't stop you from not getting, you will still see work. Sincerely, you will still see work. So now, what I'm trying to say in essence is this. I could see a combination, in this case study, I saw a combination of UX design work, proper UX design work, proper thinking process, like proper thinking process. I could see proper UI design work. Do you understand? And how it was broken down, as well as how the brief was understood. However, I could not tell what was the role of each designer on the project. Okay, so now the next thing is that as you develop in your design career, right, it's not a must that you go through empathy, define idea, type test, because in reality, you don't even go through like that. Like in real life, it doesn't happen that way. And you can from empathy state, you can do tests. Yes, from empathy state, you can start testing your users. Okay, so this is what I think the problems are, and start asking them questions. That's test already. From prototype state, you can actually say, okay, I think everything I just did was a waste of time. Let me go and read the problem. And that's the way it works. Okay. But that story was being told to us was how you move from your empathy state to your defined state to your idea state. Now, let me now reiterate for every other person too, is that please, when you're writing your case study is, as much as it is a summary, you need to take us on a journey of what made you do X and how did you achieve X by doing Y, and how do you get to the outcome of Z? Please, every stage, that is how. So for example, now, everybody apart from group 3 said, group 2 rather, said, based on the brief and our understanding of the kind of users we have, we decided to pick a persona that fits the description. Every other person was just like, we chose a persona. Why did you choose a persona in the first place? I have designs where I don't even have any persona at all. Do you know why? Do you know I don't have any persona at all? Because I'm building an enterprise platform for a client. And the guy was like, this is my idea. This is what I want to do. Even the people that are going to use it, I don't know. Because you know why? They still have to train whoever person that is going to use it. Do you understand? So when you just say, I have a persona, the question is, how will you have a persona? So for example, let's say you were called now to build an enterprise platform. An enterprise platform, there's nobody, whether the person is a fisherman, whether it's a business person, the person is this thing, no matter how good you are in UX design, the person must undergo at least 2 to 3 weeks training on using your product. Do you get the point? So sometimes you need to explain why. So people that already have experience will be like, you just jump to user persona. Why did you choose to create a user persona? Question mark. I think I even noted some. Just a moment. Let me bring out.
Are you speaking? We can't hear you.
No. I went to go and look for where I wrote all the questions I wanted to ask and correct.
All right.
Okay, I found it. So the question is, why did you choose to use the user persona? The Montelako, when she presented, she talked about blended rates, right? Another question is, how will you explain what a blended rate is for your users, right? These are things that you can actually point out on. See, when you're writing case study, you don't need to tell us about everything that you did. No, just go straight to the point and your results. So for example now, and I'm always referring back to enterprise software because that's like the easiest example. Enterprise software will have more than 10 to 20 features. Nobody is expecting to come and write about all the 20 features. Even if you write just two features from that platform, and we see the case study, and we're able to go through it step by step, and we understand. We know that, okay, you actually know what you are doing. Okay, they started, yes, when they said, okay, they try to understand who the users are. So I'm surprised. The question on my mind is, how do you, and this is where everybody also missed out on it, is that you did not tell us how you gather your data. You did not tell us who were the people you interviewed. How many people did you interview? What process did you use to sample your audience? Because there's no way you will tell me that you did interview for 200 people. Those 200 people, I don't know their user class. By user class, are they students? Are they professionals? Are they actors? Are they actresses? And so on and so forth. And based off of those user class, there should be a definition of what it is. All I'm just seeing is just a summary. So after we interviewed all our users, who are your users? We don't even know the people that you interviewed. You arrived on certain pain points. Okay. Now the question is, there's no way you interview 50 people and you just jump on certain pain points. What you could have said is, we noticed some prevalent themes around the problems, and we decided to tackle just these 3. And then you tell us 1, 2, 3. You don't need to tell us the number of problems that the number of these things. That way, even if you just sit down in the corner of your room and write your case study from your head, people will still want to believe the fact that you actually did the work. Do you get my point? So yeah, now when you said we did a little research and talked to a few regular event goers that use clean banknotes through their social media platform and try to find out what they needed. The question on my mind is, where did you find these people? Why did they take their time out to answer you in the first place? And this is where you're supposed to talk about like your research design. So I know that this is a beginner class, so I understand. So research design is not there. So let's just quickly go to your next phase. So you talk about your defined stage where you said you use the information from the brief, excuse me, to create your user persona, which is okay, very correct. And understand your user pain points, wants, and needs. That means you took your entire research and threw everything out the window and then focused on what the brief is saying. Are you guys following?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
The brief, right, is to give you an idea of what the business wants. It's different from what the users want. So you coming and telling us that you threw away the users and decided to focus on what the business needs, automatically disqualifies you or me that is reading your work that, okay, oh, this person, I don't think this person I know exactly what they are doing. No offense. So sorry that some of the things I say may come offensive. Do you get my point? That's why I say these are things that you can fix in your design. Now, you said you classified all the insights. Now, the thing is that in UX design, when we are doing classification, we have different ways we classify. And the way we classify is through maps. So I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Am I looking at affinity map? Am I looking at empathy map? Am I looking at user journey map? Am I looking at customer journey map? Am I using as flow map? Am I looking at structured pain point maps? I don't know. What I just see is a bunch of elements that you were able to gather. What process do you see what I'm saying? So you are trying to solve X. What problem, what tool you do use to try to solve X? I don't know the tool that you use to try to solve X. So for example, if you told us, okay, with the aid of affinity map, we're able to identify this set of themes. And we structure them into pain points, motivations, influences, goals, needs, expectations, and interests. You can see that even for me just saying it this way, it makes more sense that, oh, okay, so this person used this particular tool to solve this one, because I know for a certain that when you gather so many information from users, it will be very hard to structure it. All the data will be very, very unstructured. But you now start looking for, okay, what are the prevalent patterns? What are the prevalent themes, right? This one and this one, are you trying to say the same thing? Okay, now let's start grouping them. Do you get? And if you go to that route, you are using what? Affinity map. But this time you say, you know what? Let's just take it from their emotional level. What are they saying? How are they trying to say it? What did they think about this particular concept they said? Right? You are coming from the point of view of the empathy map. So these are things that you can use to now say, yes, so based off of this, we're now able to structure pain point, frustration, motivation, and so on. That makes more sense. So are you seeing how I'm trying to correct that? You cannot just give me answer without telling me what you have your answer. You know, just like in mathematics, then in primary and secondary school, the mathematics teacher always say, show your working. Don't just show us results. We need to see your working, and that is your working. Now, over to the next step. This idea, I'm not going to talk much here because I just said that I've already explained what user journey map is, what customer journey map is, and what UX flow is. This now is a flow. This is just, and because you're even using the flow chart symbols, right? And this one, I cannot even see. Okay, I think when I zoom in, so you have entry, splash, onboarding, pay profile, existing profile, correct? So this is yes. What of this if it's incorrect? So this your decision tree here is wrong. Complete registration, correct. If it's wrong, what will happen? We cannot see it. So you can see, even though there's a lot of work, then this one is say fund wallet exchange. So if your fund wallet is correct, add card. If your exchange is correct, you add card. What if it's incorrect? What will happen? Okay. Then how do you close out your process? So funding successful, exchange order. So, and interestingly, I noticed that nobody even thought of this idea where you can only have P2P. But all of you were mentioning like most of those things where we were talking about how people can exchange money, right, with just one business. What if the business is looking for the percentage of P2P, whereby a couple of bureau de change can have different listings, right? Then based off of that listing, you can actually now take one that you say, okay, I think I like this one pricing. Then we can have that. So that's like another route that you could have actually thought of in terms of like trying to solve the problem, okay? Because I remember.
We actually did.
Is it group 3?
Yeah, we actually did, but our brief, we asked the question in the group. Our brief said we should just, that they'll give, that the app will just give a rate, because we actually thought about doing that P2P. But Prazo specifically said the app will give a rate, and that's why we worked with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, and I also like what you did here, right? Because as much as you have the idea, you were able to discuss with the business owner, and the business owner tell you, okay, no, that's not the route we want to go for. This is where we are actually going for, and that's what we talk about when you're talking about alignment, vision, and collaboration. So, which is also very, very important. Then now you now go on to saying about the product. So at this point, when you're talking about the products now, okay, you could have actually introduced what the product is to us. Now, let me give you one cheat code. Is that, think of it like this, that imagine you just meet somebody anywhere, and the person say, you know what, I want to invest in your app. Present this app to me in 10 seconds. Do you understand? When you write your case, so the very first thing that should come with the summary of what the app is doing for people or for users. Are we together?
Yeah.
So yeah, now when you say brings a currency exchange standard that provides this customer with clean back knowledge, what you could have done is, instead of calling this title brief, do you understand? You can just say about our app. So it gives us an idea of, okay, so this is what we're about to read. So not that you told us about the brief here, right? And you are coming here now to come and start again and say about the app. Do you get my point? So having this one here now doesn't really work well. Then you now move out to like, who fit use this app. This section now is very, very okay, right? Because now you are trying to give like, okay, there's the fact that you've actually given us a flow and everything, right? What you could have done is you could have actually provided the main solution, like, okay, based off of all of these elements that you've seen here, you could have provided like a summarized version of the solution. And then you now go on to start expanding what the solution is. So this section now, right? I'm not saying it's totally wrong. I'm just saying that you can just fine tune it a bit to say, okay, this is how we went about the solution. Okay, and then give us a summary, and then you move over to this one. This one I don't have any issue with it, because I like the fact that you not just thought about the design process. You also talk about the UX writing or write-up, as well as the kind of feelings that users should have. So you even gone to the level of branding the app, not just having an app, but also branding and working with marketing to market this app properly to the right set of people, which makes total sense. Now, this is where I start talking about, like, what are we trying to do? Are you positioning yourself as a UI designer, or you're positioning yourself as a full stack UX designer? If you're positioning yourself as a full stack UX designer, anything about UI should come last. Are you listening? Anything about UI should come last. The only very thing is that, you see here where you have your logo. Think of it like this. If you have video on food making, they will first show you the end picture. Show us the picture that you have cooked here with a title, not the logo of the company. Are we together? The very first thing is, show us the picture of what you have cooked. Because these hiring managers, they only have 1 second to look at the front cover. Once the front cover like this is not even good, forget that thing. They will never open it. So imagine now, I want to go through like 200 case studies, and then the very first thing I've seen is one company logo. Forget it, I will not open your portfolio again. I've done it very well when I've tried to help people to hire this thing. I will never, no matter how good you are, I will never open it. Do you understand? Because I'll be like, I'm wasting my time. So instead of that, what I'll do instead is I'll put the food I've prepared already. 2 screens is okay, and your title and the summary of what it does for people. Once I've seen that one, like I already have an idea. Okay, I think I'm interested. Let me open this thing. Sure, you get. So that's one very, very important stuff you should note. Then the next stuff is, so yeah, now you have like your UI designs and your breakdown. This typical grid system is very, very clean and good for when you want to do handoff, okay, which is actually very, very okay, including your button and style guide, like very, very okay. Okay. Then now you have your you talk about your onboarding screen with a lot of explanation, not really necessary. Just one summarized explanation is okay for all of this that you have here in your screen presentation. Okay. The same thing with your KYC. So I like how in your KYC you just have one summarization and then how you're able to break it down. So another thing I should mention is that think of your case study in terms of bullet point. Except you are looking for a senior role position, like the kind of role I am in now. That's when you want to even go more in depth. But if you are not looking for senior role, just mid-level, junior, we expect that okay, you don't really need to have a lot of words in your case study, which is what I like here. Okay. Then moving on, you have your screen presentation. I like the fact of how you presented and you told us the reason why you included a graph, which is very, very okay. Like, and that's why I said I was blown away. Now, in terms of UI, I don't know, is the UI design here?
Yeah, it's just above the presentation on high fidelity. Yes, yeah.
Okay. So this one here now, your outline, okay, is too much. If I was going to adjust it, I'll use another button entirely, like a secondary button or so. I don't have edit access. So maybe you can edit access. Let me just, I don't. See, I'm on view only. Can you see my screen? View only. So let me check it again.
Yeah, Danny, I didn't, but yeah, it's edit now.
It's not edit from here. Let me reload it again. Okay, now I do. So yeah, now instead of having something like this for your secondary button, so what I will do instead is I'll take this color because you're working with dark mode. Take this color, then increase the brightness a little bit, say like 15, like this now. Copy it and put it in here. Where do you go? Oh, you are not using auto layout. Can you see the difference?
Oh, okay.
So it looks a lot more nicer.
Yeah.
A lot more subtle than using that outline. So even on 15, I can even do 12, right? A lot more nicer than having to use this thing. Then the next thing is, when you are in your default state, you don't want to use green outline because it confuses the user because they're not sure whether they've selected it or not. So what you want to do on the instead is that you still use your default color, right? So here now, instead of having this color of linear, still leave it at white. You understand? But since we're working with dark, so a little bit dark like this. Can you see it? So this is a lot more better. So if I place it now, so you have something like this. Can you see the difference?
Yep.
So same for all of this, same for all of this. Then for here now, where you have a no transaction, this is very nice, but this don't need this. You also don't need. Why? Because this is a card on its own. This is a card on its own, and because it's a card on its own, you don't need that point. Then you're scaling to very big, reduce it. Then I like the way this icon here, how it's very simple. This one is simple, this one not so much. You can actually still manually like delete stuff, okay, in your design so that your icons look a lot more simpler. Then the next thing I noticed is like very, very weird colors. So this color now is not actually the elevated. If you want to do elevated version for dark mode, please everybody listen attentively. Still use the same color, just increase the brightness a bit. 12. Do you see the difference?
Oh, nice.
Same for this one. Then in dark mode, you don't need shadow. So anything that is shadow, come out it. Can you see? Just by me removing mode. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
That's how to do dark mode. That's why if you want to be very familiar with dark mode, switch your go and buy Android phone. If you don't have Android.
And I watch your YouTube video for that, and I still feel it.
So maybe you gotta watch it again.
Okay.
Just use the same hue color. The only thing I just adjusting is your brightness. That's what I mean. Is that I'm using HSL or HSB. You see, these three, I used to avoid it by all means. By all means. Because this one is easier to understand. HSB. Brightness. How bright is it? Right? Saturation is how dark or how light is it? And then hue is what is the actual color. You understand? And color, if you think about the color width is in 360 degrees. So if you can envision 360 degrees, you can always know wherever you are in the color width. So for example, now this year now, think of it like in a 360 degree view. You always know when to use what. So for example, even if you are struggling with color combinations, right? I can use the colors between 100 and 150 together. They will still rhyme in terms of gradients. Do you get? I can use 0 and 360 all the way to 350. So you can even start using degree as a form of measurement. Say like 30. It's too fast, but please watch the video again, and then you now reduce the speed. That's like best advice. So then this one again, like this scale is just too much. So you can actually reduce this one like this. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Like I said, your design doesn't have to fill up your entire screen.
Yeah.
Now I said it doesn't have to fill up your entire screen at all. Doesn't have to fill up. Then this white here, I lie you, dark moon is actually dark. The same thing I just did. Okay. So I'm going to select the hue and just increase it a bit. So say like 8. Oh no, that one cannot see it. 12. Yeah, can you see the difference now? So this looks a lot nicer. If you still cannot see, you can still increase this to 15. So if somebody may ask that, is there a definite number to use for this? Say, no, see, it's as your eyes pleases. Once your eyes like it, forget it, you have done well. Do you understand? So, yeah. But the catch there now is that you have to first train your eyes to see. Like, okay, can you tell the difference between this is a good design and this is a bad design? Do you understand? So you have this here. All right. So the same thing for all of this here like this now. All of this now is jam-packed together. So I like the way you did this, your add card, but bros, this icon is too complex. A simple plus will suffice. Can you see it? Simple plus. Good to go. Let me just increase the scale. Do you get? Simple plus, you are good to go. All of this, I like the way you did your hierarchy and stuff, even your icons. So let's just adjust it a little bit. So I'm seeing that you have wallet funding successful all together in one place. No, not supposed to be so. This should be on its own lane. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this one more time. Edit. Select these two together, then Shift A, change the direction, set it to 12. Can you see the difference? Yep. Then reduce this one a bit, say 4. So let me see your settings. Okay, over 150. Let's do over 180. No, 160. Yeah, that's more like it. So now this one now I cannot make it. So I noticed that I don't have any bold. So you're supposed to duplicate this for the bold version and do it for the bold version too. Do you understand? So this one too. You know, let me just copy this and paste it in place. Like so. Paste it in place. Delete this one and call this one exchange. Okay. Exchange. Oh, nice. So then I'm going to set this back to field container. This one I want to set a field container and then make sure this also sets a space between. So if you want to learn like these tricks, and I think I created some videos on YouTube, so you can just check that. This line here is not needed. Can you see it? So how do we add visual hierarchy? So this one I'm going to use 17. Make it bold. Yeah, then I want to fill up this container because you're using auto layer for everything. So let's just do that. So if that's that, then this should be fixed. Which container are you guys using? 428, 428, 428. I always advise you use something 393 or 375 is always better. Even when you if you are using maybe like a design to like Framer, they limit it to 390. So because that one actually accommodates many design, because with this one you are doing like this now, you still need to design for someone that is using a smaller phone, say like all these Nokia Touchlights. Yes, so then this one you do not have any padding. Yes, I'm going to have 24 pixels in padding. Then so all of this now should actually be fill container 2. So I'm still going to deselect these two and then set it to what? Fill container. Wow. Space between. So can you see now? So setting up the visual hierarchy now is very, very important. So 18 and 7 and 6 and 15 should be 15. This will be 12, not 14. You don't have any 12 here. So let me just uncheck this and change it to 12. So all of this will be 12. So you can see that you still have more stuff to add. Can you see? Yeah. Then now you want to add a little bit of opacity to it. For what? For visual hierarchy's sake. Do you understand me? So visual hierarchy. Very, 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 very important. So small down audio. $15. If you are thinking about how I'm getting these numbers, it's from iPhone design. Okay, so if you're familiar,
I thought we didn't need to follow it strictly.
No, you don't need to follow it strictly, but it gives yourself like let me put it like less headache.
Okay.
Of numbers. So it's always advisable that when you're starting out, first ask yourself, okay, who are we designing for? Are we designing for Android users or are we designing for iPhone users? But if it's out of the box, you can always. When I started, that was 5.5 years ago now. I was using like different kind of numbers as display leads. Then I switched over to using Google Design. Okay, but I noticed that many fonts, you still have to actually go through each and every font and see the one that best works for that design. So I started noticing that if I use Apple Design, like their own hierarchy, it always works for most fonts, unlike Android Design. So I started using Apple Design. Do you get my point? So that's it. So this one to still has issues. So I like the way you have this your 0815 AM. Then this 0.00 BT placed here like this. Like I said, it's not as if like the design is so great, but I like the how it was presented. Something is missing here. Okay, it should be all contents. Same for you. So can you see now how everything is looking a lot more better? Then this your fund and exchange. This touch is just too much. Anything beyond 56 is too much. Do you get?
Okay.
It's just too much. I'm not saying that you cannot use 56 and you cannot use 70, 80, 100, and so on and so forth. But advisably, anything beyond that is just too much. You look at, can you see the difference just by adjusting this a little bit? Then the next thing is, again, like I said earlier, is your visual hierarchy. So this one is too close to this one. So I can actually increase this somewhere around here like this. Do you see it? So that there's enough space for everything to breathe. Do you get? Same thing for this one here now. I can actually use what I did here.
Okay.
For the, I've destroyed your component, but you can always fix it.
No. It's fine.
But do you get where I'm driving at now? So you have your fund wallet. Do you get? So you can even fill up this space and add icons to this one. So I've actually gone beyond the time. Let me say that these are like the little things I feel like you can still improve on. So if Frazo still have any other thing to add. So I hope everybody has been able to follow. I'm sorry that I took more than expected, but that will be all for me. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, Ade. Thank you so much. It was so insightful. Hi, Prazo. Anything for us?
Well, I think Ade has done justice to the whole presentation and giving feedback. So thank you for that. Just something that I would love to mention about what's it called? That I would love to mention about the personal aspects. So which I think a lot of beginner designer used to fall into that trap. And the thing is, I think the trap is from the definition of what a persona is. So by definition, a persona is like is like a fictitious user, like a representation of your user, but from the definition, it's like, oh, personas are not real. But in the real world, our persona is like you create persona after talking to some users. Oh, I've carried out my research, and these are all my research. So these are people that are going to use these products in a particular way. So we group them together so that we can address them as one. You get? So we can address them as one, not what you create out of your silo or out of vibe and inshallah. You get that, oh, we just give the person name and we move on from there, you get. So just so that we know about that. And I think we'll be having we have a master class session on the 27th of this month that will be going deep into that with Damil Tejosho, the head of UX at First Bank. So the title is Thou Shall Know Thy User. So I will share the group so that you guys can be on the call to learn more about persona. Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prazo. How about the results? The
Oh
results.
yeah, I forgot that already. So from here, let me share my screen so that you guys can. Should I share my screen? Let me share my screen, no problem. So from here, so with the highest mark, we have group 3, and then we have group 2, then we have group 4, and we have group 1. So you can see that it's very, very close. So we don't just look at the UI, we look at different things. But you guys are very wonderful, and you created magic as expected. So I hope that we put every correction into place. And like this is just the end of the major class period of coming to class every day. So for the next 4 weeks now, we'll be meeting once in a week where we'll be talking about different aspects of design that deals with the outside world. So we will talk more about that off the call. So thank you.
All right, guys. Well done. Well done. Well done. Hafiz, well done. Norma, well done. Banji, well done. Like you guys really did well, considering the time frame. Well done, you guys. So
Thank you.
this is our final week. This is the last time that I'll be on a call with you guys. Although you can still reach me on the group, but yeah, there's no more live sessions weekends again. So everybody should turn on their camera. Let me see their faces. We're doing graduations today.
Graduation ceremony. We will never
I
write
don't
this.
refreshment. I don't turn on camera.
That way they will see you, Banji.
It is live.
I was so shocked to find out that Banji was light skinned. I always imagined that he was dark skinned.
Me
That's
too.
How now? Banji sounds dark.
No, I thought I was a dark-skinned person. Truly.
I just assumed. So please turn on your screen so let's see you.
Wait,
Your camera, sorry. Buchi, where's your camera? Hafiz, turn on your camera.
I'm shy.
Which one is your shy?
Why is pushing me?
You that you said you're out there, I mean you like party.
Yeah, I'm going and shy.
If you don't know your camera, no certificate.
I think exam. We've not written our exam. I want to go and write my exam now.
Hafiz, although we've already seen your face, we've seen a lot of you, but yes, thank you for turning on your camera. Hi, Banji.
That's
Why
all.
did you
That's all.
turn it off? Please turn
Now
it off.
snippets. Now snippets.
Is it a
Is
snippet?
it a snippet?
This guy. Osama, where are you?
Oh,
I saw a sound pretty picture. Let's see your face.
Maybe you
Taiwo,
two
where are you?
turn up maybe why you not turn up your own camera first too?
They've seen me too much.
By
They know
camera.
they don't rate me now. Why? I need them
Please,
if they
please
know
put on
that
your
camera.
camera. Thank you.
we know our mommy.
If you turn on yours, I'll turn my own. Let's do fast to that.
Hello.
Hi, Buchi. Buchi, you look well fed. You get chop
What?
Oh, this is a
That
beard
is
now.
a straight
Gold.
shot.
I
Wow.
swear. Oh yeah, who's next? Who's going to open the floor next?
Hafiz, where's your own face now?
I feel so here now.
I'm always available.
I hope they're not coming to collect laptop anytime soon.
I've extended my subscription. I had to send money to them, so they will not collect it from me.
At least you don't finish the course now. So
Have you make I go return laptop? JJ, no wahala again.
so you go free buy laptop now. So that
If I see work now, if not give me work, I just say them try
You
for
launch
give
your
me work
app.
afterwards.
You launch your app and collect the money.
You like saying I could do the laptop. I need money. I won't buy laptop.
The money we go use lunch is and buy laptop.
You can work from
Hey, that money I go take lunch again.
You
think
guys
say
don't turn
you
on
go host on
camera,
App
take
Store
a
for free.
screenshot. Oh.
All the
I'll take a
Plazo
screenshot.
wants to dash us money.
Oh no. I said you can turn up your you can just launch the Meet app and maybe see if you can acquire some users.
But Bade just gave me another idea now. He said instead of me to go and use my money to launch app, I should use to buy laptop now. So
And
that's
they
what I'll
invite
do.
us now. Only you is eating graduation food. You did not share for us.
Actually, that is the only side effect of online meeting. Like everything, we go talk. Food I can serve no good day.
But Prazo can sponsor us. So.
Finally.
Hey, our boss. Sponsor everybody.
Boy, be like saying only me don't get beard too.
I'm waiting for you, Osahon. You guys should turn your camera. Let's take a picture to commemorate our graduation service. All right, everybody.
Banji, you and Adebimpe, you guys are the same beard level, so you can turn on your camera now.
Hey, you get person you resemble.
Exactly, you get your fellow guy.
Oppression everywhere.
Thank God they don't drop result too. Before I didn't go reduce your score like that. For waiting to talk like
that. I'm very good.
Who are this man?
Noma, is your camera on? Taiwo, are you here? Where is everybody? Person, help me take a screenshot, please.
What about the remaining guys? Esther,
Lota, are you here? Lota, did you sleep off?
I thought they chop talking now.
Have you talking la?
Lota was your partner now, Banji.
My partner will not give me talkie, just a chop alone. May I message the guy?
If you not turn on camera, no certificate. No certificates for you. This is the last picture. Looks as if she's online, but it's not.
She didn't really put it that way. Now Sadiq should be now. Sadiq.
Also, no, your camera is on, but we can't see you yet. I noticed that your camera is on, but we can't see you.
Okay, I'm here. How can we turn on camera again?
Adota, you cannot turn on camera.
I can't actually. My laptop is a notebook, so no camera.
No camera.
Yes.
Ah, wow.
You can switch the meeting to your phone now. You have to-
Okay, no, mine is joining the other device. Dota, join with your phone. Let's take picture. Time has gone. Time has gone. So we can continue with our activities for today.
All right. Let me join my phone.
No one went to get ready for us.
The graduation picture has to be lit.
You know,
She's
some
going
was
out with
that's
a
frame out.
bang. She's going out with a bang. Love to
I'm
see.
telling you, the picture you give me.
Okay. Who is the next person?
Dolapo and
Osama.
Dolapo, answer us now. Dolapo, are you
Ayo.
there? Hi, Dolapo.
Dolapo is shy.
She shall not shy today.
No.
Dota, what's up? What's the update?
I am joining on my phone. I'm joining on my phone.
All right, I'm waiting for you. Dolapo, what's up? I can't hear
Picture
you.
is there, please. I'm shy, please.
Your picture
Aw.
is starting for you. Okay, we'll manage. We'll manage that for now.
No.
Taiwo, what's the
This guy is San Francisco.
Dota, don't go London.
San Francisco.
Oh boy. Dota had to use the bridge in New York.
You left us here. Nice, nice. Okay, Taiwo and Osam. Osam, what's up? Osam, are you here? Osam, are you here? I'm not getting any response from Taiwo and Osam.
Let me cut Taiwo.
Okay, thank you. So we can just round this up already.
Are we posting for picture what?
Yes, we are. We're posing for a picture. Everybody should give their best pose. This is what will put on your certificate.
No, I'm begging.
No.
He said no, I beg.
All right.
Don't
I'm
worry.
taking
All right.
pictures already.
All right, you're taking a picture, right? All right, thank you guys so much.
Normal be giving bombastic side eye. How far now?
Let Norman breathe.
I go
It's
disturb
your
am.
responsibility as a partner. Let
I go
her
disturb
breathe.
am.
Let Norman breathe.
I go disturb am.
You guys, it was
All right.
nice having you. Thank you, Ade. Thank you, Prazo, for the feedback.